sports, yeah. We got all the sorts, yeah. You know that we fight, ain't talking about no torch. And we talking about them hoopers that hoop in that court. And we get straight to business, I get them reps like it's tennis, yeah. They come to the sports, we a menace, yeah. Feel like we in the pool, go swimming, yeah. I'm on the beat, I took off. Let the game talk, don't need a look off. I run off on the interview football. Yeah, then you ain't that look off. We get green like bait, we poking that babe, no, it's big South K. They talking about what's and you know they go crazy. And I'm feeling like Trey, I pull up for the trade, yeah.
Can I go now? Thank you, bro. Welcome to the Tiger Town podcast. I am Nick.
And I am Tristan.
You can find the show on all podcast platforms. Remember to like, share, comment, and 5-star rate. I got tongue twister, y'all. I'm not locked in today. What's up with that, Tristan?
I don't know. You gotta get right.
Okay. Oh, no. Okay. How was your weekend, though, bro?
My weekend was good. Went to Vegas, had a top 150 camp. Pretty good. Played against some ranked players, so that was good. What about you?
I've been chilling, man. Chilling. I ain't do nothing.
You didn't do nothing?
I ain't really do nothing for real. Question of the day. Favorite snack? What it is, bro? What's your favorite snack, man?
My favorite snack probably like Trolleys and some popcorn.
Not gonna lie. Favorite snacks? Probably the whoops. Be on homework on the whoops.
On the whoops.
On the whoops. It do hit different. Let's start there. You know. Okay. Now it's time for the Tiger Town sports recap. This Thursday, the girls volleyball team travels to James Island for the first round of the playoffs. This Friday, competition cheer travels at Conway for their third competition.
This Wednesday, golf travels to Myrtle Beach for a lower state match. This Friday, Wilson football travels Myrtle Beach to take on the Seahawks starting at 7:30. And today, the cross country will host city championships today starting at 5:30. Come out this week to support all Tiger sports.
Okay, man. Now we got our weekly segment, the Coach's Corner with Coach Mooney. How you feeling, Coach?
Good, man. So having me on again.
For sure.
Over to the show, Coach.
How was your weekend?
Not too bad, man. My parents came down, spent some time with them, so it was pretty straight.
What y'all do?
Man, just caught up on old times. And,
Okay.
You know, my parents live 3 hours away, so I don't get a chance to see them on the regular.
Tell us something about your favorite memory with your parents.
I got a bunch of them, man. You know, one that always stands out is, you know, they were here, front and center when I got the job here at Wilson, and you know, to have them to have been a part of all of my biggest moments throughout my life, you know, so far, all of them are special, man. You know what I mean? They were there for my first rec league game in football and in baseball and basketball and in middle school and high school, and you know, and my whole coaching career up until probably 6-7 years ago, man. Like, they never even missed any game I even coached in, you know, until me and my wife and our family moved away out of the area and everything. I mean, but you know, I coached football, basketball, baseball, track and field, and my parents, I never missed a game.
What was it like coaching those other sports and then transferring to football full time?
You know, that's the thing about it. It was an easy adjustment. Because the other sports really kind of like prepare you for football, you know, like just handling adversity. I coached high school basketball for 13 years and did high school baseball for 6, did track and field for 5, and have done football for 22, you know, so they all kind of go together in a multitude of ways, man. But it's been fun, though. I mean, I definitely miss coaching those other sports, but football, like, that's my bread and butter, you know, so I love it.
So what was your answer to the question of the day? What's your favorite snack and why?
Man, my favorite snack, and you guys probably have never even heard of this. It's a candy bar called whatchamacallit.
I definitely heard of that. We're not that old. Where he just tried.
I don't think I heard of it.
See, that's what I'm saying.
We're not that young, man.
Yeah.
I probably did hear it.
I think I saw those at Walmart. I never tried it before though.
Is it
That's my
good?
go-to, man. Oh yeah.
What I think like
Dude, it's like
they're called
peanut butter.
whatchamacallit.
It's called a whatchamacallit, man. It's like peanut butter and chocolate or whatever, like just a long bar. And dude, like it's great.
Okay.
So I'm like, yeah.
So you would just go to the store and just ask for a whatchamacallit. So you'll walk up to the cashier, yo, let me get a whatchamacallit.
yeah, I know. Hey, for real, like it's been times I went places and was like, hey, you guys have some of those whatchamacallits? And they're like, what's the name of it? I'm like, whatchamacallit? Like, what's the name of it? I said, it's a candy bar called whatchamacallit. And they'll say, oh, you can go look over there and see if they got some. So yeah,
Nah.
but yeah, that's my go-to, man.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Nah, Skittles hit though.
Skittles.
Yeah.
Skittles hit.
Yeah,
I like the
Not gonna
purple
lie.
kind.
Yeah.
Nah, original, really the ones for real. All right. How do you feel about the game against West Florence, man?
Yeah, the thing about it was frustrating. The one thing that we've talked about this week, man, is holding on to moments. We had some moments Friday night where, we felt like that we could have regained the momentum in the game, and then held on to it and came back and won. But it was two things that stood out. First of all, having a slow start. Secondly, not seizing and holding on like to our moments. We had a situation there right before halftime. We had a pick six. Raekwon McCall, man, made a great play, returns it back at like 65 yards for a touchdown, cut the lead from 20-0 to 20-7. So going to halftime, we felt like, hey, like we got some momentum. We have the ball coming out. We go out and score. Now we cut it 20-14. Now we got to have a stop on defense. We get the ball back. We take the lead just like that. And instead, we had that moment that was our moment. But then coming out from halftime, we didn't seize it. We didn't hold on to it. So the rest of the game, it kind of went back and forth. And even that late, I mean, one thing about it, our guys play hard all 4 quarters, which I was proud of. And the thing about it, we had a chance in the 4th quarter where we cut it to 12. We kick an onside, have a chance to cut it to 6, and we missed a moment again. So the region we play in is a tough region, but at the same time too, like though when you get those moments, you have to like get some kind of points out of it. So but we're gonna bounce back this week. Feel really good about Myrtle Beach, and so yeah, like but as far as West Florence, definitely disappointed in that, but I think it was a great learning experience for our guys.
For sure.
How did you feel about the kid returning? How did you feel about the kid return in the beginning of the game?
Yeah, so and that was something about that kind of got us off kilter, man. Was is we had practice certain things on kickoff team to limit that specific stuff happening, but you go from pinning them inside of the 30-35 to now the field has been flipped immediately within like 5 seconds of the game. So then it gives West Florence momentum to have a short field goal to score. And but that comes out to guys have got to make tackles. The kicker has to execute his job. We have to get down the field, and but special teams is the area that we've struggled with a lot this year, that we've improved on, but we've struggled with it a little bit. And the one thing you can't do is give up a big kickoff return at the beginning of the game. And that's happened to us a couple of times this year. But what it comes down to is guys that have got to make plays. They got to tackle and wrap up. And other night we watched the guy returning back about 30 or 40 yards. So can't have that going forward.
Okay. How do you feel about quarterback Tristan Howard play his first game back? How do you feel? How do you feel about that?
Man, it was definitely good to have Tristan back. Obviously, he was a little rusty, haven't missed a whole week due to concussion protocol, all type of stuff and everything. But he came out and played solid. We had some errors here and there, but just trying to get him back in the flow of the game, was a little difficult and everything. But for his first game back, coming off a concussion protocol, wasn't disappointed in his play. Obviously he's still a young guy. He's still learning a couple things about the speed of the game, the operation of the offense and everything. But overall, I feel like he played pretty solid.
Yeah.
What were some weaknesses that you've seen on defense and offense?
Well, defensively, just tackling. That's something that it comes down to. how much heart you got, like how much do you want to tackle, and thinking about it is, we work on tackling every day for probably 15, 20 minutes, and work on fundamental tackling, and how to even cut players down. Didn't tackle very well offensively. We've done a terrible job of running the football. I think we average like 0.7 yards per carry, which is like, I bet which might be the worst ever since I've been a head coach, or coach in general. But I think we had like 17 yards on like 21 carries or whatever. Like in our region, you have to be able to run the football. And you don't have to be a great running football team, but you have to be able to establish a run, which is going to easing up your passing game. But, we didn't do a very good job blocking, didn't do a very good job of running the football. And that puts a lot of pressure on having a 10th grade quarterback, who, once the running game opens up, it makes the passing game a little bit easier for him.
Okay, for sure. What is some positive things that you saw during the game?
Yeah, the biggest positive is I felt like we didn't give up. Like we played for 4 quarters, and that's what it takes. Is I know sometimes with teams in general, when you get down a little bit, it's easy to say, okay, well, the game's over with, like we'll give up, whatever. But we kept playing for all 4 quarters, so I was really impressed with that. We had some positive plays. For example, defensively, we had a turnover and a return pick 6. So the defense got us a guaranteed 6 points.
Yeah.
And then offensively, we had a couple of plays here and there that I felt like were some positive plays, but overall, just didn't have enough to win the ball game, and came up a little short. But got to make more plays this week against Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
What are the plans going into this week?
Yeah, the biggest thing is us just sharpening up our tools, making sure that offensively we've got to become better on first down. We've got to be better coming out the gate at the beginning of the game. For example, coming out fast and stopping our opponents on offense, getting the ball back a lot faster. Making sure on first down that, because I think last week, I don't think we had a positive play on first down offensively, but having some positive plays where we're getting 3 to 5 yards on first down. So now we're shortening second down, which makes play calling a lot easier when you got 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6 or whatever, compared to like 2nd and 10 or 2nd and 12. Yeah. And then defensively, just tackling them very well, because the thing about it is we have guys in position. Anybody that's watched us on film, we have guys in position to make plays. We just don't always just get there to make the plays. And sometimes that comes down to whether it's not a guy worrying about somebody making the cut or whatever it is, but we had to be able to come make a tackle. Last week we had West Florence one time, I think it was like 3rd and 19, and they converted on it. So we can't give up those kind of situations, but we had to be able to get ourselves off the field defensively, and offensively we had to be able to sustain drives.
Okay, well, who are some players on Myrtle Beach to look out for?
They've got a big wide receiver, number 8, who's about 6'4". And I think he looks like he's probably about 180 pounds. Really long, really agile, really athletic. He's a really good player. The running back, number 1, has really good vision, has really good speed. He does a good job of getting in behind his offensive line and finding holes and making plays. Those 2 guys stand out a lot. I know they're going to be down a few players, that they lost last week and everything. So, but still, though, we got to make sure to keep those guys intact, make sure we tackle those guys. And then offensively, we got to be able to move the football well and then put some points up.
Okay.
And what is the message for this week?
Stay the course, man. We're still in the race. The thing about it is we take care of business Friday night. We take care of business next week against Hartsville. The likelihood of us finishing 2nd place is going to be really high. So as far as us getting the playoffs, I'm confident that we're going to get an extra week in the playoffs. But right now it comes down to positioning. Whether we're in 2nd or whether we're in 3rd. Regardless of where we finish it, I think that we're going to be a tough out for somebody in the playoffs. But right now, it just comes down to positioning and whether or not we finish 2nd or 3rd.
Okay, what are some things that makes Myrtle Beach unique, like their team?
They have a really good side of the offensive line. Their guys play really hard. They do just simple things. They don't do a lot of stuff to hurt themselves. I think that athletically, we're the more athletic team. But they've played in a lot of close games that they've won. For example, against West Florence a few weeks back, they throw a Hail Mary to win the game in the last second. They've had a couple close games with some good opponents this year, but they don't do a lot to hurt themselves. That they're not a heavily penalized team. They're not a team that turns the ball over a lot. And those type of things, lets me know that we have to make sure that we play a clean game also, because they're not going to give us a lot of stuff. So we have to go out and earn it and take care of business. So, they pose some problems for us, but I also think that we pose a lot of problems for them.
What can we do to stop these things from happening?
Yeah, what it comes down to is to just being disciplined, as players. And that's something that we had a long talk with the team about yesterday. It comes down to how much heart you have and you doing what you're supposed to do without having to be constantly told what to do, because we're going into week 9 right now. The thing about it is, like I always tell our players this right here, it's kind of like in basketball, and you guys familiar with that. But if somebody taught you how to dribble a basketball when you were 7, 8 years old, and every year somebody teaches you how to do that, you should know how to do that, correct? All right. So in football, if somebody taught you how to tackle when you were in rec league and when you were in middle school and when you got to high school, you should know how to tackle. I just use that as an example because we have a lot of guys who have been in that position to make plays, and we just haven't made plays, offensively and defensively. And the thing about it is we have guys who they've been playing this game long enough to know how to do it. Every day in practice, man, like we go over things like catching and tackling and blocking and throwing and different things. And we do it over and over and over and over, and what it comes down to is our guys just making their mind up and saying, hey, I'm going to be the guy to make this play. I'm not going to be denied, and once we get that mentality, we're going to be an exceptionally good football team.
Okay. All right, Coach. I'm finna put you on the spot.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
I got you.
I'm gonna ask you one more time. Are you ready?
Yep.
What's your predictions for this week?
Predictions, like a score prediction. Definitely we're going to win. I'm going to limb. I'm going to say 28-21 the Tigers. That's my prediction.
21.
21-28?
Yeah.
That's it?
That's it, yeah. I think it's going to be a low scoring, but it's going to be a tight game.
Okay.
And we're going to pull it off?
Most definitely. I feel really confident in our guys. Yeah.
You got any shout-outs?
Shout-outs, man, to our players, man. Like, our guys continue showing up every day, continue working, man. Our fans who continuously support us, man. Shout out to them, our student body, and thing about it, man. Just appreciate everybody, man, who comes and watches us play every week.
Hold on. And, I ain't hear your little mini.
No. This week, no. Next week, I'll give a shout out. This week, no.
Why not this week?
No. God, she done pissed me off.
What'd she do?
Yeah, she got herself in some trouble. So no. No shout out to her this week, but definitely she know I love her to death. But she got to bounce back. That's all.
That's all. Bounce back, meaning. Bounce back. We praying for you.
That's
bounce
right.
back.
Bounce back this week.
Don't get in trouble no more. Bounce back, man. But thank you for joining us this week.
Most definitely.
This is the Tiger Town Podcast. Remember, you can find us on all podcast platforms. I am Nick.
And I'm Tristan.
We out.
We're out.